Good morning, everyone. My name is Jason from Countryville. Countryville is a news platform that focuses on bringing positive news that will put a smile on your face and lift your spirits. Today, we're doing our 2 cents, where we're going to go over some very interesting topics. We'll share our perspective on these topics, some tips, but also we'd like to hear from you in the comments below. Don't be afraid to let us know what you think. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first topic we're going to talk about today is called imposter syndrome. Have you ever had that feeling where you feel you're not good enough? Of course you have, everyone has, but I don't mean the normal kind. I mean the kind that it doesn't matter who tells you how great you are at something, no matter how many people, no matter how many accolades you get,
I deserve some accolades.
you just still feel like you're not good enough, like you're just a big fake, and people are not really seeing you for what you are yet, that you're a pretender, that you're an imposter, and sooner or later, they're gonna figure you out. There's a name for that condition. It's a mental condition known as imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is a psychological condition that affects so many people around the world. It is an irrational belief that you are never as good as people think you are, like you are a pretender or an imposter. It's very subtle but very serious and can limit people from enjoying their lives to the maximum. So if the description above sounds a bit like you or someone you know, please listen very closely, because right now we're going to share some tips on how to deal with this situation. Tip number 1 has actually already been done. It's important to know that this is a syndrome, and like most other conditions, it can and has been treated. Many people have gone through the same process you have. They have applied the right tactics and they have overcome. So it's a very good idea to realize that this thing does have a name that helps deal with a lot of the gravity of the negative thoughts when you're having them. Which leads us to tip number 2. Tip number 2. Now that you know that this is a psychological issue, it helps realize that the thoughts going on in your mind are not accurately reflecting reality. Just because you feel like you're really bad does not mean you are in actuality. One good way to know what's the truth is if a bunch of unrelated people are all saying the same thing, that usually has a large element of truth to it. So if a bunch of unrelated people are saying you're good at something, you're great at something, regardless of how you feel about it, you probably are. Next up, we have tip number 3. Tip number 3 has to do with actual failure. This isn't now a matter of your mind playing tricks on you or anything. This is when you actually fail. You've actually messed up. How do you approach this situation when these negative thoughts are playing in your head? The first thing to realize is that failure is actually very normal. In fact, most successful people will always emphasize the importance of failure to success. Arianna Huffington, the co-founder of the Huffington Post, has a saying that goes, "Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it." In fact, most popular people, famous people, influential people, have been much more embarrassed than how you probably feel right now going through whatever failure you're going through. Just look at the story of Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, he lost his job, he lost an election, his wife died, he had a nervous breakdown, lost another election, and went through so many failures. So if you're feeling nervous enough to have a nervous breakdown, congratulations, you're on your way to success. Alright everyone, that has been our 2 cents on imposter syndrome. Please, if you have any thoughts, don't forget to hit us up. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have more tips to add? Does this apply to you? Do you know anyone who is going through something similar? Please, we'd like to hear from you. We'd like to chat with you in the comments below. Alright, I hope that discussion about imposter syndrome really helped. Next up, we're talking about your diet for COVID-19. What do I mean? Am I saying there are magic meals you can eat that are going to help you cure the coronavirus if you ever contract it? Not really. But there are things that can help boost your body, strengthen your body, and put your body in a better position to fight all infections, COVID-19 included. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first food is garlic. Garlic is recognized worldwide as one of the premier health foods, and it features very frequently in almost every cuisine around the world, and for good reason. It contains very powerful immune boosting properties, which come from the fact that it contains a lot of sulfur containing compounds, one of which is known as allicin. These things help garlic's ability to boost your immune system, to fight off infections, fight off diseases, and put your body in a much better place. So if you're looking to strengthen yourself against infections, garlic is a good way to go. Food number 2, spinach. Spinach is extremely good for your immune system. It's so potent because it has several things that individually boost your body's ability to defend itself. First off, it has vitamin C, which is known as a very, very good immune booster. But it also contains beta-carotene and a lot of antioxidants. Both of these also boost the immune system. Spinach is a very good way to go if you want to strengthen your body to fight against diseases. As with most other vegetables, you get the best nutritional results when you cook it as little as possible. Food number 3, we have yogurt. Yogurt is very rich in vitamin D, which is very good for boosting your body's self-defense mechanisms. When picking your yogurts, make sure you go for the natural plain kind. Don't go for the over-sweetened ones. You can get it and sweeten it yourself later on with fresh fruits or honey. Food number 4, sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds are very rich in vitamin E, which is very good for your immune system. They also have selenium, which is also known to be a very good body defense builder. So, sunflower seeds are a good thing to munch on or put in your food if you want to increase your body's ability to fight off viral infections. Food number 5, turmeric. Turmeric is rich in curcumin. Curcumin is actually what gives it that yellowish color. It's very good for your immune system, but also has the added benefit of decreasing exercise-induced muscle damage. That means if you're someone who works out a lot, an athlete, a sports person, any kind of person who puts yourself through a lot of physical stress, turmeric is a very good thing to add to your diet. Alright everyone, we've reached the end of our 2 cents today. Thank you for joining us. We hope our information has been useful to you. We hope you've learned a lot, and please let us know what you think in the comments. Again, if you disagree, if you agree, we'd like to hear from you. Anyway, this has been Jason from Country Bell. Thank you for joining us on 2 cents. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.